Okay, there's a position that's kind of glaring for the Detroit Lions, but there's multiple positions that we could use a talent upgrade. And it would be really easy for me just to do a video where I focused in on just this one position, right? And that's all we talked about. But in order to know what talent we need to add at what position, we have to look at the team as a whole. And I don't want to look at them from what we have now. I want to look at from what we have under contract. For this video, my premise is going to be if they aren't under contract for next year, they're gone. They're gone because we've heard Brad Holmes say when we re-sign our players, that's free agent signings as well. He talks about that, and he talks about if our in-house player is better and knows what's going on here, that's a big free agent signing as well. That proved to be true last year. And I think we'll do that this year, but they're not under contract now. And as we go through this, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Pride of Detroit, thank you so much. They did such a good job of doing a Detroit Lions contract tracker. So here's what we see. Let's first look, and there's some key terms to know: unrestricted free agents, restricted free agents. Their rights are held by us. ERFAs, exclusive rights. We're the only ones allowed to negotiate contracts. Street free agents, they're under contract with an NFL team in 22, but not on an active roster at season's end. I'll do another video on all these if that's something you guys want. Hit the comment section below and let me know if that's something you want to know and understand, like what all these contracts mean. So starting at quarterback, we have Jared Goff. That's it. And Montez being a street free agent, who cares? Like, it's not like he's going to be our backup quarterback anyway. Nate Sudfeld, who we brought in, is an unrestricted free agent. So he's not on our team right now. So right now we have no backup quarterback. With none. So quarterback is a position of need, at least for a depth piece. Let's go to our next position, and that's running back. Right now, if the season were to start, the only players under contract for us are DeAndre Swift, Craig Reynolds, Jamar Jefferson, and technically Greg Bell. So there's 4 players. 2 of those players are incredibly unproven. The only thing they've proven is that they like to get hurt. Okay. Jamar Jefferson for 2 years in a row. And he was on the practice squad. So probably not there. We need to address the running back position. That might be bringing back Jamal Williams. It might not. I think that everybody agrees just from a team chemistry standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, they want to bring him back. Jamal Williams is the guy. What about wide receiver? I would make the argument that wide receiver outside of offensive line is our most secure position on the team. Amon-Ra St. Brown is coming back. Jameson Williams is coming back. They're under contract for at least 2 more years. Jameson Williams, 3 more years if we want him to be, 4 even. DJ Chark, yes, we understand he's an unrestricted free agent at the right price. Sure, bring him back. He's had injury troubles. Josh Reynolds is back. Khalif Raymond's back. Quintez Cephas, if we want him, is back. And then we have our Kennedy Alexander guys on a futures deal. If our wide receiver room didn't change and all we did was lose DJ Chark, we would still have a good wide receiver room. I think there's room to improve a little bit, but that's not where you're going to spend all your money. Tight end. Do we need another tight end? We have the same 3 tight ends that our offense seemed to thrive under still on the roster. I think that's a question we have to ask ourselves. Is tight end a need? I can't wait to get to the defense. Offensive line, I'm almost going to go right through this. Tackle, we have our bookend tackles. They're signed. Matt Nelson is a restricted free agent, so if we want to keep him, we can. We got Obinna Eze. I am interested to see how improved he is next preseason because they seem like they were high on him. Okay, then we look at our center guard position. We're still good to go on this. The only one we have to worry about is Evan Brown. Do we bring him back? What is the price tag we're willing to bring him back on? Or do we think Tommy Kramer is good enough, and how's his back looking? So let's get to the defense because this is where there's going to be some things that need help. The first area of need that I would say is defensive tackle. You are bringing back Aleem McNeil and Levi Onwuzurike, Benito Jones, and that's about it. That's it, y'all. Those are the only proven players that have been here. Michael Brockers, they're going to release him almost guaranteed. We need interior defensive line help. That's it. We need help. McNeil is good, but that's all we have. Onwuzurike has only proven that he can be hurt. That's it. So you have to count him as almost nil. I know that sounds horrible. That is a big deal. Interior defensive line. All right, that's one to think of. And I'm gonna at the end of this video, I'll let you know what it is. Edge, no, we don't need anything else. And that's, I think, one of the things that is absolutely driving me nuts. We lose Kaminsky and Bryant. All right, we might bring Kaminsky back. He said he's wanted to be back. Okay, you would expect Josh Paschal to be able to play that Kaminsky role. Okwara's back. Charles Harris is back. I mean, like, we actually are at a point where we're going to have to cut a couple of these guys. Romeo Okwara, big cut candidate because of the 7.5 million that it leaves, that it saves us. Okay, so that is a big cut candidate. Our edge is looking good. And now we get to the areas where it's like, is it looking good? All we're bringing back right now at the linebacker level is Malcolm Rodriguez, Derek Barnes, Anthony Pittman. Nobody else is under our control. Chris Board, Josh Woods, Alex Anzalone. All these guys played significant time. Woods more on special teams. We need to add 2 to 3 bodies in this position. It's that simple. And whether we do that at the back end of the draft, in the beginning of the draft, I don't know. But nobody is mocking linebackers to the Detroit Lions, and it's time we start because there is a hole here. There's absolutely a hole here. And then we have our position of need at corner. We have Jeff Okudah, Jerry Jacobs are coming back. Chase Lucas is coming back. Other than that, nothing. Will Harris, Mike Hughes, we relied on them heavily this year. Unrestricted. Bobby Price was at the back end of the bench. Amani Aruarie, see ya. Right? So we are basically looking, we have Okudah and Jacobs. Neither have proven that they can be a starting outside corner. That's it. Neither have proven that they can be a starting outside corner. And then finally, we'll do the safety position. We have Kirby Joseph. We have Ifeatu Melifonwu. We have Brady Breeze, not that big of a deal. Tracy Walker, if he comes back. We have 3 guys that have played, 2 that we can trust. So that leaves the question, what is our biggest area of need? And I think it becomes pretty clear that the biggest area of need for the Detroit Lions is, I know this sounds weird, interior defensive line. I would give a very close second to corner. No, I'm flipping it. It's corner. That's what I was going into this video saying, and that's what I'm going to say. Because our defensive line has one proven starter, and that is Alim McNeill. But our cornerback room does not have any proven starters. No outside corner starters are on this team. So do you go out in free agency and sign a free agent cornerback? It doesn't tend to go uber well for the Lions. Or do you just rely on the draft? But this is the area where we have to add the most talent. I think it's the biggest area of need. We proved that we could get by with our 3 tight end rotation and the guys that we have on this team. They're young. They're only getting better. We have proven that we can pretty effectively stop the run with our lack of interior depth. Man, we need it. But we've also proven that our cornerback room was just a revolving door. We need more corners. We need to improve our talent at the corner. Now, remember, the title of this, we need the most talent at this position. The title is not where we are the thinnest. It is not where it is the highest need. It is the most talent, and we severely lack talent at the cornerback position. You have an undrafted free agent that's starting on one side and a guy that is going into year 4, the number 3 overall pick, and just straight hasn't lived up to the expectations. So corner is the area where we need the most. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Let me know if you think it's a different position. Maybe you think it's different, but remember, talent. Hit that subscribe button if you've listened all the way to the end. See ya.